A number of EVs have been dubbed as the Tesla Model 3 killer, but they've mostly fallen short. Now we have the just revealed Hyundai Ioniq 6. Is this Tesla's most serious competitor yet? In this video, I'll perform a side-by-side comparison of the exterior, interior, tech, performance and pricing of these two EVs, and we'll find out. It's become almost a cliché to label any new EV as a Tesla killer, but many of these cars fall short and can't quite match Tesla's tech and efficiency. The Hyundai Group, however, has been challenging Tesla with its EV tech as seen with the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and the Kia EV6. Even Elon Musk has acknowledged that Hyundai is doing pretty well. But the Ioniq 5 and EV6 have been crossover type vehicles. With the Ioniq 6, Hyundai enters the EV sedan market with the Tesla Model 3 squarely in its sights. The similarities are apparent right from the minute you look at these two. Both have a streamlined sedan shape designed with aerodynamics in mind. Both get the low-profile front-end treatments and a fastback line in the rear. The Ioniq 6 exaggerates that fastback line and tops it off with a spoiler and a winglet. This fastback line becomes a distinguishing feature of the Ioniq 6. Other aerodynamic tricks Hyundai employs include an active front air flaps, a boat tail structure, and in some markets, a digital rearview mirror. So how do they stack up when it comes to drag coefficients? The Model 3 has an impressive drag coefficient of 0.23, but the Ioniq 6 beats even that with the 0.21 drag coefficient. Continuing the parametric pixel design theme seen in the Ioniq 5, the Ioniq 6 gets a pixelated look outside and inside. A key difference between the two is in the size. The Ioniq 6 is longer by about 6 inches and the wheelbase is also longer by about 3 inches. Hyundai hasn't provided interior dimension numbers, so we don't know if that longer wheelbase translates into an additional legroom on the inside. While the Model 3 is available in only 5 colors, the Ioniq 6 will come in 12 colors. Similarly with the interior, while the Model 3 comes in only 2 colors, black or white, the Ioniq 6 will come in 4 interior color trims. Both cars offer sustainable interiors, with Tesla getting vegan seats and the Hyundai getting eco-processed leather, recycled PET fabric, and carpets made from recycled fishing nets. Hyundai also offers relaxation seats if you want to take a nap while charging. The Model 3 cabin feels spacious thanks to the large glass roof, while the Ioniq 6 gets a more modest moonroof. The Ioniq 6 offers dual-color ambient lighting that can be synchronized with the car's speed. While you're waiting to charge, the center console is also designed to double up as a flat surface for a laptop. Perhaps the most noticeable difference is in the instrument and infotainment clusters. Tesla consolidates all functions into a 15-inch touchscreen, whereas the Ioniq 6 gets 2 screens, a 12-inch instrument cluster and a 12-inch infotainment touchscreen. Hyundai also provides you with buttons for some of the more common functions instead of having to go to the screen like in a Tesla. And if you get the digital mirrors, you get these neat integrated digital screens. Tech has been a stronghold of Tesla, but Hyundai is here to challenge it. There's also optional enhanced autopilot, which will change lanes, navigate on ramps, there's summon and auto park, among other features. And then there's FSD, which adds traffic light and stop sign control with auto steer on city streets coming in the future. Hyundai certainly can't match the auto steer on city streets and traffic light and stop sign recognition, but it does pretty well on the other features. It will have Highway Drive Assistant 2, which can also change lanes and will adjust the distance if a car in an adjacent lane is too close. It also has machine learning technology, which will learn the driver's driving style and mimic that when the Highway Drive Assistant is engaged. There's also remote smart parking. In other tech, just as we saw with the Ioniq 5, the Ioniq 6 gets the V2L functionality. There's also some other interesting tech. The Ioniq 6 can pair 2 devices via Bluetooth, one for phone and the other for music. And the navigation will also get capability to plan out road trip routes and the charging stops required. Tesla, of course, has offered this type of planning for a long time. And speaking of chargers, a big advantage Tesla has had is its superior charging network. However, with Tesla appearing to open that up to all EVs, it will lose that edge. Another stronghold of Tesla has been efficiency. It's been hard for manufacturers to match it and match the range that Tesla offers. Before we look at range, let's understand the different configurations that the cars come in. Both cars come in two battery sizes, a standard range and a long range. The Model 3 standard range comes in only rear-wheel drive and the long range only in all-wheel drive. There's also a performance all-wheel drive. Hyundai comes in rear-wheel and all-wheel drive versions in each battery size. Also expected is a future N-performance version. For motors, Hyundai has only revealed that the long-range all-wheel drive will have a 320 horsepower motor producing 446 pound-feet of torque. This is the exact same spec as what you would find in a Kia EV6 long-range all-wheel drive. So I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that the motors for the other configurations will be the same as those in the corresponding Kia EV6s. I'm also going to assume that the Performance N variant will get the same motor as the Kia EV6 GT. If we take a look at this, we see that in the standard range rear-wheel drive configuration, the Tesla has more power and they're almost equal in the long-range all-wheel drive configuration. And if these truly are the motors that show up in the N variant, then the Hyundai would have quite a bit more power than the Performance Model 3. I've used the Kia EV6 acceleration figures as an approximation of what the Ioniq 6 figures would be. So let's talk about range. Hyundai has only released one official number, and that is for the long-range rear-wheel drive. And that too, it's the WLTP range. Based on what I'm seeing with the Kia EV6, I'll estimate what its EPA range might be. And then, based off the Kia EV6 rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive numbers, I'll also estimate a range for the Ioniq 6 long-range all-wheel drive. If these numbers all turn out to be correct, the Ioniq 6 is within striking range of the Model 3's range. The standard range battery for the Ioniq 6 is a little harder to estimate since it's 53 kilowatt hours, a number that we don't have any data for from either Kia or Hyundai previous models. So that brings us to pricing. Hyundai hasn't released any official numbers, but most car media outlets are estimating that the Ioniq 6 will be priced about $2,000 more than the corresponding Ioniq 5 versions. Based on that, we can estimate what the Ioniq 6 might cost. If this is accurate, the Ioniq 6 will undercut the Model 3 by a few $1,000s. Currently, an advantage that Hyundai has, the $7,500 tax credit, is likely to be available to Tesla models soon. So that would even the playing field a bit more. So is the Ioniq 6 the Model 3's most serious competitor yet? I certainly think so. It meets or beats the Model 3 across many criteria. Which one would you buy? The Hyundai Ioniq 6 or the Tesla Model 3? Let me know in the comments below. And if you would like me to compare the Ioniq 6 to another competitor, let me know the name of that vehicle too. Please give the video a like, share your comments below, and subscribe to the Driver Download.